First off, we got to talk about the news of the Titans. So the Titans had, obviously been in the news the last couple of days here. So there's been all kinds of rumors about, will a team trade up with the Titans to take over that first overall pick? Let's be honest, this is not the year of coveting the first overall pick. It's not that year. But there's still teams need a quarterback. There's still teams that might be eyeing a pass rusher like Abdul Carter or looking at the potential two-way talent in Travis Hunter. And there's still teams that might want to move up there. So there was a user on X, Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it nowadays.
It's going to give it to you.
That basically would say, I don't believe this at all. Like, all this trade rumors and blah, blah, blah. And like basically calling it all BS. Well, ESPN Titans reporter Teron Davenport went on to X and replied to him, which is kind of weird because the guy really had I think 80 people actually view his tweet until then. But he said, the trade talk is real. There's a chance it could happen. If they stay, it's Ward, undoubtedly. I got to look at that from a couple angles. First off, the trade talk is really hearing that. That should be a big thing there because I've been questioning it myself because sometimes you just go through the motions. You're trying to see what the options are. And I think that happens, basically every single year. To be honest,
you have to. You'd be, yes, you want the first overall pick because you want your soft pick, but it's also covenant. Like, you want to make sure that if you're not confident in what guy you want, or you may not want the best guy coming out, quote unquote, because you might want someone you think you get at number 5.
Or it just could be that somebody throws some ridiculous offer that gonna make him an offer he can't refuse. That kind of situation does happen. Where somebody covets somebody so much that they're like, the classic example I'm going to use, and this does not happen very often. I want to say the year was 1998, if I remember correctly. And the Saints wanted to move up to get Ricky Williams and literally traded up their entire draft class, like every single pick in that draft, to move up to get Ricky Williams. I'm not saying that's a normal scenario, but you get crazy, weird offers if somebody just falls in love with the player.
Yeah.
And especially if it's a quarterback. I mean, crazy things do happen, We talked about that in the last episode. There's all kinds of rumors. Some saying just a couple thirds to move up for the Giants. Others are saying the second this year, a first next year, and a third next year, which is just insane to me. But they're all coming from a space of history and what people are talking about as far as the rumors of the value of it there. But if somebody, let's say, for example, the Titans loved Cam Ward, okay? Like we love Cam Ward. We think Cam Ward could be the guy. But then all of a sudden says, I don't just love Cam Ward. I want to marry that right now, put a ring on it. Let's go ahead and I'll give you 3 first-round picks. They might not love Cam Ward that much.
Yeah. Cam might be like a nice, oh, that's cool. But, first round pick next year, or second round pick this year also sounds pretty cool because
you just never know what level of love there is. Okay, is it a one night stand love or is it forever love? There is different versions of it. Yeah. So you got to find out that part of it. Now, from the Giants' perspective, here's what I look at. Again, if it's 2/3, I've said it on the show last time, and I'll say it again. If it's 2/3 and that's all it takes, done. If you're that confident in a quarterback, go for it. But hypothetically, the Titans, let's say they say, you know what, we just want to trade this pick. They have Will Levis, guys. Will Levis. If the Titans don't want to trade, don't want to take Cam Ward, and they want to trade this pick, that should tell you a lot of what they think of Cam Ward, too. When Will Levis is your quarterback, and you have the number 1 overall pick, and there's only 1 or 2 solid quarterbacks in this draft, depending on who you listen to, and you don't want him?
They might like man on their coffee.
That's like passing a guy in the Sahara Desert who offers you a bottle of water. Yeah. What's wrong with this water? What is in this water?
Did he pee in it?
I'm just saying, these are the things you have to think about. You have to think about that. Because one of the biggest things in GMs is they don't want to look stupid. Let's be honest. They don't want to look stupid and make that big move that somebody goes, oh my God, they set the franchise back for years by doing this one move. Because that happens all the time. Let's be honest. 9 times out of 10, those are hyperboles because there's usually multiple things to set a franchise back. But they don't want to be that. And teams are going to be hesitant to trade up, I think, because of that. Because they're going to go, oh, same thing I'm saying. Like, I'm not, listen, like, we may be smart, but we're not the only ones who can think, wait a minute, why does nobody else want this guy?
100%. Well, because you're also talking about cost and value. Like,
yeah,
this is the draft class where your first half of the first round, maybe third of the first round, you're not going to get that much value. You're going to get a lot of value around your second round picks.
And we said it before, Cam Ward in a normal year would be probably a mid-first round pick. So you're going to draft this guy, not third, but trade up to go first overall, plus give up a bunch of picks.
Yeah.
That goes beyond a reach now. That goes into, like, you're not just reaching, you're go gadget arms with that thing.
Go gadget arms. Ugh.
So like I said, it's going to be interesting to see because I still don't know if I buy it. And I know that, again, Davenport works for ESPN, covers the Titans exclusively. So I have no doubt that he has sources and hears things that not everyone does that, is following the situation. I have no doubt whatsoever on that. But I also have no doubt whatsoever that teams love to feed reporters BS. This is also a brand new front office in Tennessee. So it's not like Davenport's worked with these guys on a regular basis and has that kind of relationship. Now, is there people in ownership and that stuff like that he might be talking to? Of course. I'm not going to buy a brand new front office, necessarily being the ones that are going to give right information, because how many times we talk about it with Joe Shane when he first got here? He fed BS left and right. And we thought it was legit because we were so used to that between, the last couple of GMs, Gettleman told you just for the most part what it is. He may have tried to sneak it in and hide it the way he talked, but he pretty much told you what it was. Jerry Rice, everybody knew who Jerry Rice wanted to draft. There was no secret whatsoever. You might as well freaking put a billboard in Times Square. How many times did guys like Leonard Floyd get drafted ahead of us because people knew they were gonna? They knew it.
Yeah.
I just feel like we got to look at what's going on around the league. And we got to go, you know what? The value's not there sometimes. And you can't force a pick. As much as I have no problem reaching for a quarterback because we need a quarterback. Let's be very frank. There's no into for butts. You can't. I did. You can't reach the point that you're that guy that just gave up a ton of stuff. Because if the one thing that, we were told yesterday, was it, no, it wasn't Con. Who was it? I forget we talked about it on Monday.
Connor Hughes.
No, Connor Hughes said that it was 2/3 he was here, and somebody else had said that it was going to be, like I said, a first this year, obviously, which is granted, it's always going to be to give up your first, but a second this year, a first next year, and a third next year. If you're doing something like that for a guy that other people aren't so sure about, you got to look at the mirror and see, what am I missing? Yep. Like, did someone not go to his birthday party? Is that what happened here? I'm gonna do my annual draft day thing, but it's like something's up. When nobody else wants this person like that, you gotta question that. And again, I have no problem taking Cam Ward at 3. Not a single issue whatsoever. I have no problem even taking him at 1 overall if you're that sure. It just scares me that other people don't seem to be very sure. Like, I've seen him being mocked to us at pick 3 even. So why are the Titans and Browns, 2 teams that clearly need a quarterback, potentially going to pass this guy?
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, it depends on the mock and who you're talking about. Like, because there's definitely plenty of mocks I've seen where Adul goes 1 overall.
Yeah, there is.
And it's just, and solely just because after watching the Super Bowl, people are like, everyone needs that guy to get after the quarterback.
Yep.
Which, you're not wrong, but you also need a quarterback to get rid of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a very important position as well. That's why it's very important to have someone to, knock the quarterback down.
Yeah, no, 100%.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you.